All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Reflect and Grow with Mychael. I'm your host, Mychael. We come here every week. We reflect, we grow, and we laugh. I am so excited for today's topic. We're going to disrespect. I know everybody feel disrespected by somebody or got some disrespect stories. I'm super excited to be talking about this. Before we go into this, I just want to say next week I do have something to promote. I will be in Ohio. I will be in Canton, Ohio. Next week on the 22nd, on the 21st, I will be in Kentucky. So make sure you get those tickets. I had to make sure I say this so that I don't get sued. Anyways, outside of that, man, let's go ahead and get started. We got people in the chat. They already chatting. Sundays, our chat comedian said, then you start acting up with Drake. I take no responsibility for my actions. Okay, Pam says, good evening from Dallas, Texas. What up, Pam? And then Black Girl Lux says, oh, this gonna be good. Yes, it's gonna be good. It's always good, but today gonna be super good. I'm super excited, man. People, disrespect is something that I feel like a lot of people deal with, and a lot of people are starting to feel like it's more acceptable to be disrespectful to others. And my question that I have for everyone is, does every act of disrespect deserve a response? Does disrespect deserve a response? And I would say as I get older, no. Every act of disrespect don't deserve a response. And that was one of the hardest things for me to learn. Because I used to feel like if you disrespected me, I had to address it. I felt like I had to do something. But as I mature, as I got more therapy, as I got more spiritual life, I've come to the understanding that every battle ain't for you. Sometimes the real battle is, how are you going to react? That's the true battle. Like that's the biggest thing when you I always ask myself when I feel disrespected, and my reaction is, will this bring me peace? And if it doesn't, then I'm not going to do that reaction. I had people talk behind my back. I had someone who, literally, I didn't realize they were jealous of what I was doing, and they were upset because I stopped working with them, right? Super frustrated, and I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, that was the end of our working relationship. They started going around telling people negative things about me and telling them not to work with me. They went and told things that I told them and personal vulnerability to other people, and they was weaponizing that so that they can make me look in a certain light. And it was like, I knew that they was telling people weren't telling me directly, but it was like certain things that I told that person, they were coming back and telling me. And I felt like that was super disrespectful. I was like, wow, you're trying to get in the way of my money. Like we gotta handle this, right? But I had to realize is that sometimes you just gotta let the work speak for you. You can't go out and address every single thing that people are saying. In the chat, Sunday wrote, it deserves a response. You have to react with yourself every time. Ask why do they feel comfortable to act that way? And that's a great question. Why do they feel comfortable to act that way? Some people won't raise right. There's a comedian, T.K. Kirkland, he always say, who raised you? That is one of the best quotable lines that I've ever heard ever. Because it's really true. Some people just don't know how to act. And I also have to come to the understanding is that a lot of people come from different backgrounds, and what I might deem as disrespect, they don't deem as disrespect. You get what I'm saying? Like, have you ever, you saw that somebody that they did something, they thought it was cool, but it's really disrespect, but they don't think it's disrespect. Like I deal with that a lot. Like people think that they can just say things to you in any type of way, especially online, right? Online, people say things to you that they like would never say to your face. And it's one of the craziest things. Like it's like this one of the things where they just think like, um, somebody commented on one of my posts, right? That I had posted a clip from this, and it was like, "This dude is a clown." I was like, "Wait, what? That is so disrespectful. How you comment on my post and just disrespect me?" And like, first of all, who are you talking to? Like, cause you're not talking to me. She's like, "This dude a clown," so she's not even talking to me. She talking to other people that read the comments about me. I'm like, "Yo, this is so disrespectful. Who raised you?" Sunday wrote, "You can't open new doors with old keys. If you want new responses, you have to move differently." Okay, okay. Lux wrote in the chat, "Keyboard warriors." Yes, keyboard warriors, you know. And I had a guy, was super mad at me because um, I would not speak to him, right? He did some disrespectful things. And I decided, yo, I'm like, you're not about to be in my space and da 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 da, right? And he would just get more aggressive. Like he would say more and more stuff. And the old me was feeling like, yo, I had to handle this a certain type of way. But the new me is like, yo, I pay taxes. Like, I'm calling the cops, bro. Like, assault me. I'm calling the cops. Like, I'm not about to be out here fighting for no reason, dog. We over 30 now. Like, my health insurance is all right. Like, I ain't even got good enough health insurance to be fighting for real. Um, but I had to learn that, he was projecting a lot, his frustrations. A lot of times people who get that aggressive, they have their own trauma. Like they not even really that mad at you. It's like I had a therapist tell me, she was like, you touch the stove, right? While it's burning, right? And it hits on your hand and you be like, oh my God, like this is hot. You have that memory now that I'm never touching the stove because this is hot. And a lot of times that's how trauma is. And so when people get into a situation that reminds them of something that they went through, they overreact because they got that burning stove. So I have to realize that this person's not even reacting to me. They reacting to something from their past. And when I look at it like that, it's easy for me to let things go. In the chat, Sunday wrote, 9 out of 10 people don't understand it's the principle. I would never treat you that way. I feel that, brother. I feel that, Sunday. Luck said, hell yeah, I'm calling the law. Yes. I'm not playing, man. I'm not playing. This dude told me he pulling up on me. He gonna see me. I text him. I was like, hey, bro, I'm calling the cops. Like, I'm not playing those type of games, man. Like, I got a future, brother. Like, I got things I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm not playing those ghetto games, bro. No, no, no. Um, because and the thing is about disrespect, I feel like is you have to make sure you conquer your pride, because that's what it is a lot of times. Your pride is telling you that, like, how dare you let this person do this to you, right? And pride will get you to do things that you definitely should not be doing. Because now I'm like, yo, if I respond to this person in this type of way, like now I might go to jail. Now I could get sued by this venue or this place. Like there's just so many other factors now this take me off my track. I gotta pay for this and this and this. I can't dump money into what I need to do. In the chat, Lux wrote, "Gonna be sore all week fighting at 30 plus." Yes, Yes. If we fighting over 30, like I gotta stretch first. Like we gotta make this an event. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta make sure I drink some water, eat my potassium and some protein. Sunday Road, just tell them my cousins don't play about me. Press your luck. They are in the t-shirt business. Woo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, hey, yo. Hey, Sunday. I'm starting to feel like you might be from a city that was that the first 48 was filmed at. The more and more you talk, I'm like, yo, you from a city where the first 48 was filmed at. Like, I don't play with Sunday, yo. Oh man, Sunday, you Tuesday today. You Tuesday. Oh man. Let me see. They will. Hey man, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Um, question for the chat: when someone disrespects you, Sunday says, hold on, first of all, Sunday said Tuesday is my cousin. I love it. I love it. I love it. Um, so question for the chat: when someone disrespects you, what's your first reaction? For me, my old reaction I would get mad and I would want to do something, right? But my new reaction is a lot of times, which is crazy. I'm an empathy person. I empathize with people because a lot of times, like when you really get to the root of stuff, it'll be somebody's insecurity. It'll be something that they went through. It could be their mommy issues, their daddy issues. Like it's just so much stuff that people go through. You just be like, oh, like when you really start to truly realize what other people do has nothing to do with you. It was the 4 agreements that I read. This book, super super dope book, and one of the agreements was never take anything personal. And when I really just started understanding, like, oh, they reacted like that, that has nothing to do with me. Like that's typically my reaction now when I'm feeling disrespect. It's like, oh, I gotta remind myself this has nothing to do with me. In the chat, Lux wrote disbelief. She like, oh, who you playing with? Don't play with me. In the chat, right? Tell me, Sunday wrote, I have empathy for the situation. I do not empathize with the excuses that caused it. I feel that. I feel that. Okay. Okay, we coming back to Sunday. I see you. We back on Sunday now. All right. Yeah, so in the chat, what is something that feels disrespectful to you? Something that I felt really disrespectful for that I'm like actually kind of grown from recently. We work development therapy, stuff like that. Is inconsiderate people. People that only think about themselves. That's one thing. The second thing is non-black people that use the N-word. Is also the second thing. And women who you reject that automatically assume you date white women because you rejected them. Those are the 3 things that was just like feeling so disrespectful to me in my past. And let's dive deeper to this. In the chat, Sunday wrote, not acknowledging my boundaries. Yeah, that's super disrespectful. I feel you on that. So, and that's a part of what I'm saying in my first one, inconsiderate people, right? Like, I've talked about this in previous weeks. I can't stand people. I'm going to say I can't stand them, right? I get frustrated sometimes with people who want to take more than they give. I told y'all the story about the guy, like, seriously, I just wasn't sure. I had hit him up, didn't respond. But the moment he needed something, hitting me up and just skipped past my message. I'm like, bro, the audacity. But I had to realize, man, like people who do that type of stuff, I truly had to understand his ego. Like, you never know how far someone is in their ego and how they view themselves and the world. Like people just literally feel like it's just about them, and I kind of started accepting that. Like it's not personal. It's just how they view things, and so I don't take those things personally anymore. Um, no, we're not doing that. Sunday in the chat wrote family members who think they are owed something. Yeah, I feel that definitely could be disrespect. Lux wrote entitlement. Yes, yes, 100. Um, Another thing I find very disrespectful is non-black people who use the N-word. I see this a lot. Like rappers like Tekashi, it was Mexican OT, whatever, the fat Mexican from Texas. It's these people who use the N-word and they will be told, yo, black people don't like this, and then they react like, well, what you gonna do about it? And it's just like, whoa, that's very disrespectful. And it's just like, yo, we're letting you know that we do not like this. This is not part of like the black culture. Like there was no meeting in black culture that told us, hey, that we need to start letting people use the N-word. Like, so we didn't get that meeting. So can you let the people that told you to inform us, so that we can understand better in our lives? In the chat, Sunday wrote, women who think they are more important than my marriage. Hey, Sunday, is that disrespect? Is that disrespect, Sunday? Oh, are you talking about people who like try to use you for like a listening ear? Are you talking about those type of women? Or are you talking about women that actually like want you? The last thing, the three things for respect is sometimes just dealing with women, that you might not be interested in, and then immediately go to like, oh, you must like white women, and it's just like, first of all, nothing's wrong with dating white women, but why do you go to that extreme? Because I didn't like you. It's like I just didn't like you. No, I love black women. All my girlfriends are black. Um, get over yourself. Like, just get over yourself. Maybe I'm just not attracted to you. In the chat, Sunday wrote, it is when she is a mini skirt and a push up. Hey, Sunday, I'm not messing with you today, man. I'm not messing with you today. I'm not messing with you today. All right. How do you respond to someone who unintentionally disrespects you? Because we got to talk about disrespect, right? There are some people who just intentionally who disrespect you after you state your boundaries. But a question I have for the people is, how do you respond after when someone does it and they don't mean to disrespect you? I would love to hear y'all in the chat. Just talk about that. Um, for me personally, I just when I deal with people who unintentionally like disrespect me, I just have a conversation, and I make sure I do it in a respectful way, right? Like, because the one thing I hate is people who come at you would feel like they need to be disrespectful because you were unintentionally disrespect. I don't like that. Oh man of God. But I had a friend. He not black. He said the N word, and I was like, "Yo, bro, what you doing?" He was like, "Oh, what you mean?" He was like, "This black person told me that it was cool," and I was like, "Nah, dog, that ain't cool." I was like, I spoke to black people yesterday, and nobody informed me that the rules have changed. And he was like, "You know what, man? I apologize. You was right." And he just never did again. And we've been friends for over 5 years. Like, it was just one of the things that he just wasn't aware of. He was not culturally aware. In the chat, Sunday wrote, I reset them directly and quickly. Don't do that around me. Okay. Sunday sound like he don't play no games. But yeah, man. So pick your battles is the lesson that I would say that I learned from overall disrespect. And nothing is personal. Even though when in the moment you feel disrespected, you feel like somebody's attacking you, you feel like it's the end of the world, like you got to do something. When that pride is talking to you, when Tuesday is talking to you, you feeling like, yo, I got to do something. Just remember, ain't none of this personal. Ain't none of it personal. Anyways, y'all, that was great. We're gonna go ahead and move over to our next segment, one of my favorite segments, which is called "I Am Not a Therapist, but I Have an Opinion." And in this segment, what I do is I will read some stories, and we will give our opinion. And feel free in the chat to write your opinion on what you think um, about this. All right, so let's go to our first one. Hold on one second, y'all. All right. For our first story, it says, I have this coworker, female, she's 19, who has some sort of attitude problems ever since they started working 2 years. As of late, I've heard from multiple other coworkers, range from 17 to 30. So I text this coworker basically telling them to hide it better so that people stop talking about her behind her back. I did this for a few reasons. She's making our other coworkers feel badly about their own work ethic. She doesn't like people talking about her, so it was my hope that if I told her reasons why they were, she would change something. Her best friend at work is one of the people who talks about her, and they reveal all of the conversations they have together. Because this is, I never mentioned any of our coworkers' names or any specific scenario, so that she won't be able to tell it was her most trusted coworkers. She immediately got defensive and didn't really believe what I had to say. Since I was already telling her one thing, I asked her if she wanted to know what else people were saying around her. That she said yeah, and she said yes. So I told her what she has been said. She then got even more defensive and thinks that some of the things I said were lies. The conversation ended with her saying she's going to tell our boss. And now I actually want her to tell our boss because everything I said was true and I have proof. But I'm just wondering if I'm the asshole for trying to let her know people are talking about her. So what do y'all think about that, y'all? Is she the asshole for letting people know that she was talking about them? As I read that, man, sometimes you gotta learn. Sometimes you gotta read your audience. You gotta read your audience, and you gotta know who's receptive to feedback, right? And it took me a time to do this. Like I remember I had this peer um, that I used to always bring things up to him. I thought we were had a friendship and everything, and I thought everything between us was private um, because that's how I did it. I assumed that it was the other way around, but I was highly mistaken. Um, Anytime I told this person something, they would go back and tell other people, and they would get back to me. And also, if I brought something up to them, they would get super defensive. And it got to the point where I was just like, I stopped telling them stuff. I was just like, yo, it's the waste of my time. So the point that I'm trying to make is, yo, stop trying to be the savior, fam, and let that girl be her. In the chat, Lux wrote messy. In the chat, Sunday wrote, I tell people to their face that I said something. Just be straightforward. I don't hide anything. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And that took me some time. I ain't gonna lie to myself. Like, it took me some time to get to the point where it's just like I had to realize myself that I have to. If you can't say something to somebody's face, just don't say it. Like, that's one of the biggest things. Like, you sometimes you gotta remind yourself, like, would I say this to this person's face? Then, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna say that. All right, y'all. So let's move on to our next story. I work as a nurse in a hospital. There's been a rumor going around about one of my coworkers, Lucia, that she's in a relationship with our clinical lead, Max. I've been off long-term sick for a couple months. When I returned, I noticed that there were a lot of whispers going on about Lucia. During my break, I asked one of my coworkers who I am close with, Danny, if there was any gossip I had missed out on. Danny told me about Lucia and Max. Apparently, Max had been giving Lucia lifts to and from work, and they had been seen out together a few times. Danny told me that she had seen Max and Lucia the previous night in a night restaurant in town having a meal together, and they looked very cozy. Danny also told me that since the rumors had started about Lucia and Max, Lucia had gotten promoted to the next band. I told Danny that Lucia didn't seem like the type to sleep her way to the top. Lucia and Max being together had surprised me. They just didn't seem like they were in a relationship. Together in the department, they are very professional to each other. As I made the comment about Lucia, she walked into the staff room. She was rightfully upset that I had made the comment. I would have been, but I didn't think she would hear it. Lucia told me and Danny that we needed to stay out of her business. She also said that while she didn't need to explain herself, no one knew she had applied for the higher band position. Only the nursing manager who had suggested she applied. Danny jokingly told her that if she didn't want people to gossip about her, then she shouldn't be sneaking around with Max. I apologized to Lucia, but told her that I agree with Danny. Lucia just grabbed her lunch and stormed out. Lucia had reported both Danny and I to the nursing manager, claiming we are making the workplace hostile by gossiping about her and claiming that she only got her job by being with Max. He had advised that we both need to apologize to Lucia and stop gossiping at work. He reiterated that Lucia had said that he had encouraged her to apply, and that was long before the rumors about her and Max started. And that's the end, y'all. How do y'all feel about that? What's up, Antonio? What it do, bro? So what do y'all think about this, man? Y'all welcome Antonio, man. Good people, South Carolina in the building. How do y'all feel about this? Like, essentially, it looks like there was two people in the office that were very close who were opposite sex, male and women, and people started gossiping about them. Like, and what really got me about this story is the girl said, if you don't want people to assume this, you need to address it. This is my biggest thing, man. And people don't understand this, right? People don't understand this about me. A lot of times, people don't care about what other people saying or thinking. Why do people think that other people are like feel like they need to like say something to them? Like that, man, when you get to a place where you just like realize that you don't owe people an explanation, it is such peaceful. But these messy coworkers feel like that she's supposed to do that. No, it's none of your business. In the chat, Sunday wrote, mind the business that pays you. Straight messy, stay out of my pocket. Yes. Sunday also wrote, let them talk. Let them talk. I will cash my check while they are talking. Yes. Um, Just Busy said, me personally, I don't let no negativity get to me. Not everything deserves a response. 100, man. And I'm glad that she told that girl, like, she didn't address that. Because I don't know what it is about people. They feel like you owe them explanation. No, I don't owe you nothing, yo. I don't owe you not a thing. And you don't have to address things. Let people talk. Let people think, that what they want to think. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next story. Give me 1 second here. All right. All right, so I, 29 female, recently ended my 10-year friendship with my best friend Lily, who was 30. We've been close since high school, and honestly, hold on. So yeah, we've been close in high school, and honestly, I thought she was like a sister to me. We went through so much together, and I never thought she'd be the reason my life went off the rails. Last year, I lost my job. I worked in marketing at this great company and had what I thought was a good professional relationship with my boss, Mike. Out of nowhere, rumors started circulating that I was having an affair with him. At first, I thought I was just stupid gossip, but then it got serious. HR got involved, and after a lot of back and forth, I ended up getting fired for workplace misconduct. I was totally blindsided because the rumors weren't true at all, and I had no idea how they even started. Losing my job was a nightmare. I'm a single mom, so the pressure to keep things stable was already huge. And this just wrecked everything. It was embarrassing too. Like, everyone believed I had this inappropriate relationship when in reality, Mike and I were strictly professionals. I just couldn't understand how it all happened. Fast forward to a month ago, me and Lily were out of the with some mutual friends, just having drinks and catching up. Out of nowhere, Lily casually mentions that she was the one who started the rumor. She was laughing, saying she didn't mean for it to go that far, and she was venting because she felt like I was spending more time at work with Mike than with her. She actually tried to make a joke out of it, saying, I didn't think HR would take it so seriously. I was shocked, like I didn't even know what to say. I couldn't believe my best friend who watched me struggle after losing my job was the one who put me in the situation in the first place. I asked her how she could do that, and she just brushed it off, saying it wasn't meant to be a big deal. And it's not her fault people overreacted. She didn't even apologize properly. It was more like she was annoyed I was making a big deal out of it. That was the last straw for me. I told her I couldn't be friends with her anymore after that, and that I needed time to process everything. She was shocked, like she actually couldn't believe I was cutting her off. She kept saying I was overreacting and that I shouldn't throw away 10-year friendships over one mistake. Since then, she's been calling, texting, trying to guilt trip me and to forgive her. Some of our mutual friends think I should get just forgive her and move on, but I can't. I feel so betrayed, and I just don't think I can trust her again. Y'all, did y'all just hear this? Did y'all just hear this story? Hold on. This is crazy. Thank you for the like and just busy. This is crazy, man. Thanks for Lux. Um, her best friend got her fired. Just Busy says sue for defamation of character and wrongful termination. That friend is a manipulative person. Yes. Yes. What is going on? Why did she? That's a hating friend, yo. You gotta get them out your circle ASAP. Like, you can forgive and not ever talk to that person. We talked about forgiveness before. Forgiveness ain't about that other person. Forgiveness is about you. It's time for you to let that person go. If someone has nerves, first of all, it's just two parts of this that makes me mad. One is the fact that she did that because she felt so jealous of the relationship between her friend and the boss, right? That's one. I could get that. That's natural. But the part that's disrespectful is you laughing at the dinner table when you know this affected me financially. Like, inflation is crazy. You laughing like eggs went up, gas up went up, fam. Nah, like, we gotta handle this, man. We gotta handle this. In the chat, let me see. Hold on one second. Sunday wrote, jealousy is real, not unexpected. You keep snakes around you and you will get bit. Yes. Just Busy wrote, we need to normalize taking pressing charges on people to set them as an example. Sunday wrote, I promise there were signs that were ignored. Yes. Yes. Yes, I agree with both of you. Just Busy with the, taking the law and stuff like that. Yes, and that's something that I had to like start to realize myself. Because a lot of times you'd be like, yo, I'm a man. You gotta be a man. And it's like, no, like, don't let these people stress you out. No, people need to realize and learn that there are consequences for their actions. And going the legal route is teaching somebody, hey, like, you can't just go around doing this type of stuff. This is not acceptable. You that's somebody's livelihood that you playing with. And I totally agree with Sunday as well. Like a lot of times, there's a lot of signs that people we overlook and people, and we gotta start paying attention to them signs, right? Because when you first see those signs, like we thinking it's all cool or whatever, and then later on down the road, it's like, oh my god, like why this person is crazy? And it's like, no, you already knew that was crazy, but you didn't but you didn't listen to me. In the chat, Sunday wrote, I am telling you, call your cousin to fix it. Hey, call Tuesday. Call Tuesday. Tuesday, come fix it. Busy Road, especially if you got a family to feed. She was envy of her from the jump. Yeah, she was a hater, bro. Straight up certified hater. And then laugh in your face. She laughing now because you down, because you made people. It was this guy, right? I can't say names, right, because it's crazy, y'all. Like I can't say names no more. I'm so close to people that at a certain level now. It's like the world gets smaller, so I gotta like make sure. But anyway, it's this guy that I noticed that when I'm doing well, they feel they want to talk a bunch of smack to me, right? And they want to say disrespectful stuff and everything. But when I was down on my like bad luck and going through it all, oh man, they was loving that. They was loving how I was struggling and stuff like that. People that you learn, man, like when you down bad, how people react, like they laughing at you like that. That's not really your friend. That's not your friend at all. Vision said, co-worker's pocket watch, high key. Yeah, yes. I'm glad you said high key. Ain't no low key. High key. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So we'll go ahead into our next segment, which is called We Gotta Do It for the Algorithm. Yes, we gotta do it for the algorithm. This segment is where we talk about celebrity stuff that ties in through what we talking through for the week. Tom, welcome in, big brother. Welcome in, Tom in the building. In the chat, Busy wrote, I got a new truck, and man, everyone was questioning what I was getting paid. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Ain't none of their business, bro. Say family got it for you. All right, so there is a rapper. I'm not sure if y'all heard of this rapper called 38 Spesh, who recently did a diss track about Jim Jones. He also did it about Jadakiss and some other rappers, right? During the rap battle, 38 Spesh made comments involving Jim Jones' family, which many fans felt crossed the line. And in the rap, he made a diss about Jim Jones' wife. And do you feel like is it still just music when family gets involved? And if someone disrespects your family publicly, do you have to respond? So yeah, so rapper, he talks about Jim Jones' wife in the rap. And what up, Glam? Thank you so much for sharing the live. What up, Tom? Thank you so much for liking the live. So hip hop, man, I'm so confused, right? Because there are a lot of people who are mad that this rapper 38 Spesh talked about Jim Jones' wife, and they like, yo, we boycotted him. He can't be on certain platforms. He can't get on certain stages and stuff like that. But on the flip side, Drake has straight up talked about Kendrick Lamar's wife. Not even that. We'll go deeper. Big Tupac. Tupac literally had Biggie Smalls' woman on his song, disrespecting them, but people are going crazy. I'm like, I think hip hop needs to like figure out what the boundaries are. We got to figure out what the boundaries are as a whole, and then decide like and be equal for everybody. Like you can't pick because you like Biggie, you like Tupac, so you're not gonna say something about that. But this like up and coming rapper, you're like, oh, he can't say it because he don't benefit me or he just not that famous. So hip hop needs to figure out what the actual rules are. Because I thought hip hop was about disrespect. Where I grew up, the hip hop I knew it was straight disrespect. In the chat, Sunday wrote, "My standards aren't high; they are biblical. An eye for an eye." Oh, Blizzy said, "God did it." Tom wrote, "Dissing someone and their family just seems thirsty for attention." Tom wrote, "When it was Kendrick and Drake, it was more at stake." Okay. Blizzy wrote, "Hip hop is pick and choose, to be honest." Blizzy wrote, "Family members who are unalive should automatically be off limits." Lux wrote, "They sure do." Sunday wrote, "Talk about my wife sounds like you call cousin Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday." Hey! Hey, y'all. We got the running joke Sunday. Hilarious. Busy wrote, "And kids should be off limits." I will say, I don't know. I can't say that because Kendrick Lamar straight up did Meet the Grams about Drake such and such kid. Like, so I can't really say that it's all like. I feel like there needs to be a meeting, yo. There needs to be a meeting, and we need to decide what is on limits and what's off limits as a collective, and do that. You know. All right, y'all. So let's stick with the disrespect. All right. So Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi has repeatedly used the N-word despite criticism. When questioned, he's also responded with, "What are you going to do about it?" Question: Is openly daring people to react a form of disrespect, or are people choosing to be offended? What y'all think about that? And the Sunday, I think Sunday's responded to the last about 30 especially. He said, "It's hip hop. Stay out your feelings or stay out the game." Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, it's kind of like comedy. Like with rap, it's just like comedy is like, I gotta understand, I might get roasted. Like when I signed up to be a comedian, I signed up at any time I could be roasted. So it's like in rap, somebody might get to come at you in a rap. This Tekashi 6ix9ine thing, man, though. We kind of talked about this earlier at the top. It's also part of this. I feel like the disrespect is if when a culture tells you something feels like they don't appreciate that, they don't like that, you should listen to that culture, right? Like if there was a culture like, let's say the Hispanic culture or Jewish culture, they say, "Hey, we don't like you doing this. Please stop doing this." I'm gonna stop doing it because out of respect, right? Because I want to treat people the way that I want to be treated. I think Tekashi it's just really big ego, and I think he's someone once he gets older, he's gonna like really regret how he handled that because it's just like, okay, bro, we understand you an adult, but at the same time, it's just like treat other people the way you want to be treated. Tom wrote, "Tekashi is laying for that and straight up shouldn't say it. Like you said, especially he's stepping in another culture. He should remember he a guest." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go to Trader Joe's, I make sure that I realize that I'm a guest. Like when I'm around white people at Trader, I'm not, this Trader Joe's is not my culture. I'm in there, I'm polite. I pull up my pants. I turn down my music or I play it on my headphones. I don't say nothing crazy in Trader Joe's. That's how Tekashi need to be around black culture. Tom said 6ix9ine just one clicks. He's a circus act. Yeah, that's true. Trader Joe's. Hey, Lux, I appreciate you for doing that. All right. All right, y'all. So our next one is Lex P. She's from the Poor Minds podcast. Y'all might have seen her out of Atlanta. Kind of blowing up podcast. Really, really cool. So Lex P has publicly discussed sleeping with someone who had a boyfriend. leading to debates about accountability, honesty, and whether talking about it normalized cheating. Is publicly talking about cheating disrespectful to the people involved, or is honesty better than pretending it never happened? What do y'all think about that? Do you think it's disrespectful if you're openly talking about your cheating relationship publicly? I think so. I really think so. Um, you know, even as a comedian, where I find things that are funny, um, I don't think I would ever want to disrespect fun to that level. Like that brings up, there's certain, like we talk about spectrums, right? And being cheated on, like can bring shame to someone on a very very high level and affect someone for years. We talk about that's traumatizing. So when I see a Lex P like doing that publicly, for me it's just like, hey fam, like put yourself in that person's shoes. How would you feel? Like all jokes aside, I would feel truly embarrassed and disrespected. Um, and you also don't know how people are going to react. So, um, yeah, I really think that you know you shouldn't do that. Like if you're gonna cheat, just be quiet. Be quiet. Cheat in privacy. Cheat in privacy. Tom wrote, shouldn't talk about it for real. Yeah, that's 100, bro. Figure that out. All right, y'all. So Mandy B and Joe Budden. So Mandy B alleged that Joe Budden tried to sleep with her. Joe denied the claim and it became a public back and forth. Is someone publicly making a false accusation about you? Is that one of the highest form of disrespect? In the chat, Sunday wrote, we don't cheat, we are black men. Hey, black man don't cheat. I love it. I love it. Um, so yeah, so how do y'all feel about that? If someone publicly makes a false accusation about you, is that one of the highest form of disrespect? I don't think so. You know, um, actually, it depends on who it is. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. We're gonna play today. We're gonna play today. Um, I don't feel like being too mature right now. It depends on who it is, right? Like, what she look like? Like, who is it? What's she about? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, if a she a married woman, you know, if Maya lied on me about messing around with her, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, Maya, I appreciate it. Sunday wrote, it's a compliment. I run rent free in your head. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all liking the live. I see y'all down there liking the live. Lux and Glam. All right, so we're gonna move into our y'all fate. Hold on, hold on. Sunday wrote, if Lizzo said you were trying to mess with her, what you doing? Lizzo? I love Lizzo. I love it. I'll be like, yeah, Lizzo, you right, girl. I'll be writing them comments. You right, Lizzo. You right. I love Lizzo. I'm a Lizzo fan. Lizzo speaks to my inner child. Try to get me caught up. I see you Sunday. Lux wrote, what's wrong with Lizzo? All right, on another note, we're going to move to our next segment. All right, y'all. Y'all favorite segment, which is y'all or not segment, right? So I'm going to read some things. And in the chat, please let me know if you feel like that is disrespectful or not. Hey, Tuesday. Tuesday, I see you. All right. Your friend borrows your charger and returns it at 12% battery. Disrespectful or not? Do y'all think that is disrespectful or not? I think that's super disrespectful, man. Don't bring me nothing back at no 12%. That's yeah, bro. Like that's super disrespectful. That's more disrespectful than a rapper rapping about people wives. That's just like that little disrespect. Like, ugh. All right, y'all. Sunday wrote, I would borrow their car and bring it back with 12 miles left. left. We even. yo, yo, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Your barber posts your haircut on Instagram before you even see it. Is that disrespectful or not? Yeah, man. Well, it depends on which barber I go to, right? Because sometimes you go to that barber that like that ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Like I got two barbers. I got the $30 barber and I got the $10 barber, right? And the $10 barber is where I go to in times where I'm struggling. Do not post that on social media, dog. Like I just needed this to get me through. But the $30 barber, he can post whatever he want to post. Sonny said slashing his tires expeditiously. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Someone watches your entire Instagram story but never replies to your text. Disrespectful or no? Y'all, that is so disrespectful. And I get this a lot. Oh my God. Somebody just did that to me the other day, yo. They didn't respond and they was in my Instagram story, yo. I was like, block. You blocked, fam. I am not dealing with you. I ain't really block them, but I'm not putting any more energy into you. That's super disrespectful. Respectful, you know. Well, let me also say this, right? There's a flip side. That how sometimes people do things like that in order to let you know, hey, I didn't go anywhere, right? Like I had someone who would like my post or they would look at an Instagram story to let me know like, hey, I'm gonna get back to you, like I'm not going, and then they would actually get back to me. So sometimes that is a form of like, hey, I see what you're saying. Like I saw your message or I saw your call, but I want you to know I'm here, you know. And then they'll hit you back when they can, and they'll be like, yo, my bad. So it's not always disrespectful. Some people communicate that way. All right, y'all. Tell me if this disrespectful or not. Someone eats your leftovers at work and leaves the empty container back in the refrigerator. Is that disrespectful or not? Oh, in the chat, Sunday wrote, real talk. Some people was never taught communication skills. Depends on the person. That's 100. That's what I told you. Who raised you, right? Sometimes you gotta, when people you deal with, you gotta be like, yo, who raised you? In the chat, Lux wrote disrespectful. Um, Tom wrote, hell yeah, that's disrespectful. It's like they're trying to leave a message. Sunday wrote, God said, feed his people. Oh my God. Um, I would say it's halfway disrespectful, right? Because at least they left your container and they didn't take your container home. I'll be mad if they took my container. Now I can at least like I got my container, I can go watch it and reuse it. I'll be super disrespectful if you took my container, which you ate my food and could take the container. I think that's kind of like that's way more disrespectful. So they wrote next time I'm bringing a strawberry laxative cake. Mm-mm-mm. Boy, they're gonna be on the toilet all week. All right, y'all. Here go my last one for y'all. Someone says you actually look good today. Is that disrespectful or no? Yeah, that's super disrespectful. I can't even give no. positive spin to that. That's super disrespectful. You actually look good. Oh my god. Yeah, backhanded compliment, very rude. Yes. Oh my god, man. All right, y'all. I do got some affirmations for y'all to take away today, which is I don't have to react to every I don't have to react to every act of disrespect. My peace is worth more than proving a point. I can choose my response instead of reacting from emotion. This has been great in the chat. Sunday wrote, nah, be secure and say thank you. Let them see you shine. Okay. Yeah. He said, let the haters hate. Anyways, y'all, this has been a dope episode. I'm glad that we were able to do this. I would say my biggest takeaway for today is don't take anything personal. What people do is a reflection of who they are, not you. Um, I've been your host, Mychael. We will be back here next week on TikTok Live at 10 p.m. Yeah, other than that, y'all, be safe and be blessed. Peace out.